Gunline, fire mission coming down. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast midweek memo for the week of 17 May 2022, y'all. Yo, man, I'd like to welcome y'all here. For you newcomers to the Gunline, this is the midweek memo where we just chop it up, talk shit, anything and everything. It's not the shoot the shit episode where we get to have a one-on-one, getting our touchy feelies and shit like that. All right, there's enough fucking podcasts out there that do that already. You know, get into the mental health and all that bullshit. We get into the fucking, we talk like we did when we were in the military with no filter, no censors, and no editing. So you get what the fuck you get. So don't get upset. With that said, today I have, as usual, the man with the master plan who will not work for the man, Lee Hunt.
Damn right.
Fight the power. Fight the power, baby. And then I also have the host of the Average G.I. Joe podcast for all the Navy fellas out there, all the sailors that are in the Navy. You can sail the 7 seas. Anyway, we got Adam over here. And then also we have yet another sailor. Oh, damn. And she's not post-op. She's actually a female. All right. This is a female that was actually in the Navy. Y'all met her before. We got good old Monica back on here. What's going on, Monica? How you doing today as well?
What up?
Right on. I am glad to have y'all on here. You know, I hope y'all had a great weekend. That blood moon was a fucking sight to see, to be honest. That was what, on Monday? Oh, wait, or Sunday?
Sunday night, Monday morning. Yeah.
Oh, my Sunday was a bit of an adventure. I'll get to that here in a second. Hunt knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, y'all, we're going to start it off a little bit different today, okay? I'm glad to have y'all on here. I don't know how much y'all look at the tickety talks, all right, at the mill talks. But there was a video that surfaced regarding some trainees. All right, they're in a training environment. They're not in basic training boot camp anymore. They're past that and what they call advanced individual training. So it would be like the school afterwards. All right, but still, these guys are being led by drill sergeants. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for those of y'all that are listening to the on the podcast platform. I'm sorry, I can't play the audio because last time I got fucking struck by a goddamn copyright bullshit, and I'm just not that technologically savvy. I should have been sweeping the motherfucking line too. Oh, wait a minute. I was. That was our fucking job. I was a glorified goddamn janitor unless we were out in the field. So let me go ahead and share my screen. What the fuck does it say? Okay, sure.
Nice septum ring. I'll dig it. Looks nice.
Yeah. This is actually the second time I got it pierced. So I've had this pierced. I've had my nostril pierced, which sucks balls. I took that out, and then I decided to get the side of my face pierced.
Nice.
It is the like the epitome of midlife crisis.
For real.
I had mine, you know, that's so funny. So I had one and I had to take it out from my interview where I work at now, and I haven't put it back in since. So I'm like, all right, it's okay.
All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Do y'all see this video? Yeah, I've had it on the Instagram. So
okay.
I can't play the music, but we'll go ahead and let's have Monica. Can you narrate what you're seeing?
Can I narrate? There's these kids from the army doing what the hell, like a 3-pointer shoot and making a dance. What song is this?
Unfortunately,
They're
I can't.
Dancing. They're just dancing. What the hell? The caption on the video says just a drill, and his soldiers showing you what camaraderie and motivation looks like.
All right. So that's what I wanted to show y'all here. And we'll go ahead and stop that share. All right. So here's my question to you all. Am I wrong for thinking that this motherfucker over here is setting up these goddamn wannabe soldiers for failure? I mean, I remember when I was a kid and I played Army, I didn't fucking think I was going to be playing You Got Served. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are out here doing a goddamn thriller dance instead of training. Adam, what do you think?
And come back to me because I'm trying to put my thoughts together.
Okay, too easy. All right. Let's start off with Hunt. Hunt, what do you think?
I think it's a damn shame, man. Like, that is not the right place and the right time for that. Like, you're setting these soldiers up for fucking failure. From the time you get off the bus to the time you leave, either basic, OSET, AIT, those NCOs are supposed to be the standard. Now, they're going to think all them other staff sergeants and their units are going to be buddy friendly and want to do this shit. And then they're going to get them NCOs that are like, no, we don't play that shit here. We do real Army shit. Now the Army sucks. Now the leaders suck. I don't like these people. Why? Because I'm upholding you to a standard and I'm not trying to be your fucking buddy. So that dude is setting people up for fucking failure. But oh my God, you're a vet, bro. You need to change the way you think. All right, man.
Monica, your thoughts?
So this is in their A school, like during their training, but after boot camp.
So this is after boot camp. This is them at their new place of training for their specific jobs.
So their rate, their specific rate, or their specific MOS or whatever.
Yeah, MOS. We don't
rate. Okay. For their MOS. Okay.
Right.
So you know what? I was not in that long ago. And even when I was in, I remember my teacher, like my instructor saying, you know, and back in my Navy, and never now, I'm just like, shit, this is not my military. Cause yeah, in school, you were still in a training environment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was a standard that had to be upheld. You lead by example. And they're 100% correct. Obviously, when you get to your first duty station, you'll have some kind of camaraderie, but that's where that gets built. Is it cool that he's trying to kind of, but maybe he did kind of emphasize that? We don't know. But at the same time, you know, we don't know if he did emphasize that. It's like, hey, right now this is cool, but just watch yourself when you get out into the real world of the Army or military, because not everybody's gonna be cool like this or whatever.
All right, Adam, have you gathered your thoughts?
I think so.
All right, let's hear what you think.
So right off the bat, from reading from the title, it said a drill and his soldiers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So right off the back, I'm thinking, you know, drill instructor and his soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the camp where I'm going with Lee and Monica, whereas, you know, you want to set them up for the future and you want to lead by example and you don't want to coddle them, essentially.
Right.
But I'm also in the camp where you could, you know, getting in faces and yelling and you know, doing the physical like beating and stuff doesn't have to be necessary. But so I'm in the middle ground where you could get your message across without being buddies and without being a total asshole. And I think like 80% of all military people are in that lane. Where I'm in agreement with Lee is like, you definitely want to set them up to be war fighters, and you definitely don't want to set them up to like, this is what you're expecting, that your NCOs are going to be your buddies and your best friends. You still want that chain of command strength there. So I think this video is ridiculous. With all that being said,
and you know,
ridiculous.
I appreciate that. So I'm kind of where you're at with that, Adam. Actually, I think we're all in the same realm of the same thought. That here's the thing: it says just a drill and his soldiers. All right, and now here's the thing. Apparently, drill sergeants are now back in AIT, okay, in the advanced individual training portion of it. There was a time not too long ago where that didn't exist. They had actual AIT instructors, all right, and they were in charge of that. Actually, one of our good friends, Hunt, was a platoon sergeant in AIT, and I reached.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I reached out to him.
Sergeant now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he would just come over to the hall that I was at,
right,
and we would talk every once in a while with his soldiers. So
I sent him that video, and him, you know, coming from that instructor area in that realm, I asked him his opinion, and I will quote, "What the fuck did I just watch?" You know, those were his words, and it's just, to me, if you're gonna be wearing a round brown, you know, you're supposed to be what people emulate, what these soldiers emulate. You know, you're supposed to be the symbol of authority. you're supposed to be you're supposed to be God to them, in all honesty. All right. I don't give a fuck if it's AIT or not. Some of us, we didn't have the glory of AIT. We had what was called one station unit training, where they condensed your AIT and your basic training and meshed it and said, you're fucked with us for the next 16 weeks. So we didn't have a ball cap ceremony. You know, we didn't have a EGA pinning. They gave me a fucking Army values dog tag and said, nothing changes for how it, you know, you're still fucked. You know what I'm saying? That was it. But now I see this, and like to Lee's point, you know, these guys are going to go to the next unit. And when they get there, they're going to fucking meet some salty ass NCO. And it's going to be digging in their ass because they're going to show up and not go to parade rest. They're going to show up and try to talk to them like they're homies. You know, because my drill was cool with me, I think you're going to be cool with me. Nah, buddy, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and then well, I'm almost done, I promise. And then what irks the fuck out of me is, like you were saying, Adam, you don't have to be the dickhead. You know, I was only a dickhead when I was pushed to that level. You know what I'm saying? Now, drill sergeants in the boot camp phase, I get it. You got to be, that's part of breaking you down to build you up. Mm-hmm. But this here, you're supposed to want to sustain what they drill sergeants worked on, I would think. And if not, develop it more. Not fucking do a thriller looking video. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but you put it on fucking TikTok, yo. Meanwhile,
that's not even the worst of it.
Go ahead. What's the
worst? Not even the worst. That's not even the worst of it with this dude. This dude literally got called out because he made another video talking about, you know, I half-ass everything. I give the Army 20%. Like, once again, you are a fucking drill sergeant and you're going on fucking Al Gore's internet talking about you only invest 20% of your fucking, that's all you put into the Army is 20%. So if you're only giving 20% and you're not even willing to give 100% to these AIT students, how the fuck are they going to commit to the Army? How are they really going to buy into what the military is supposed to be when you, as a staff sergeant, are not even giving your 100% to these individuals? Because you're more worried about getting out. You're more worried about the fact that you cut hair on the side. You're not worried about, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I do have a family. I have to make sure my family's straight, but I also have a mission is to make sure that these soldiers are ready to go out into the force and be ready to take up arms in defense of this country. It don't matter what fucking MOS you is. At the end of the day, you're all going to be a fucking infantryman when the shit pops off.
Right.
But you can't do that when you only happy that you're investing 20% as a fucking drill sergeant. As a non-commissioned officer, you're investing 20%. You're only giving these motherfuckers 20%. And that 20% that you're giving them is likership, not leadership. And that is the fucking problem with what's going on today. There's this thing that they're calling, they want to say, humanize the rank. And I asked the question, where's that line at between respecting the rank and humanizing it? Because now you're trying to make me humanize it and be on your level as a fucking private. That's not going to fucking happen. Where is it at?
Adam.
And like and thoughts and stuff like that is a virus that spreads. Like when you get lax in one area, it's not gonna, you know, if you're hard in boot camp, it's not gonna, and you're lax in the area, it's gonna trickle down. And you know, if you're lax in the war field, it's gonna you know, you're gonna start becoming lax in your unit. You're gonna start to become lax in training, and then eventually it's gonna reach down to the boot camp status, and that shit is like super hard to overcome, and like that shit acts like a virus, and it's easier to be lax than it is to be tough, and and that shit is almost irreversible.
Monica, you made a point earlier, like, you know, this military is not my military, you know, and I'm sure that it's gone through generation of, oh, you know, you guys are softer. And you know what? We like, okay, yeah, we're definitely not as hard as the fucking Gulf War vets were. But, you know, we listened to them. The Gulf War vets got shit on by the Vietnam War vets. The Vietnam War vets got shit on by the Korean War vets, and so on and so forth. The only difference is that We didn't put that shit on video. We had video cameras, y'all. And if we did, we would hang out and make fun of it, get drunk, and then we were still trained for what fucking war at the end of the day. Whatever happened wasn't in a training environment. It happened when you were already at your unit, building that camaraderie, having those section parties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
So, what do you think that this type of fucking, in your opinion, do you think that social media is not just killing the American way, but now it's killing the American fucking military?
I think, there was a lot of stuff that I used to have to keep like silent about or give my opinion about on social media, because obviously not when I was in the military, but because my husband was still in the military.
Right.
And there was, shit could come back. I mean, it's not him, but it's me, and I'm still
Right.
part of that family, and it's still a military family. So for a while, not that I was like keeping my mouth closed, but there was a lot that I'm like, okay, out of respect
Right.
for the military, for my fellow patriots, my fellow veterans, and for myself, I'm gonna just, not voice my word on certain things, because I don't want to get him into trouble because of my mouth. But it's like, there's so much, like, they don't fucking think about the shit that they put on social media. And yes, there's freedom of speech, and I get it, that's awesome. But there is a certain respect that should be put on that uniform when you do decide to make a video, when you do decide to put shit out there. You know what? Fine. If you want to do that, take off the fucking uniform and make a video like that. Why not? Cool. Whatever. You're an idiot. And I'm only giving 20%. Really? Because let me tell you, my friend, have you seen the economy? Have you seen the way this fucking world is going right now? You're gonna wish you were back in the military. And even when I got out, how many of my friends are like, oh, I can't wait to get out. Oh, fuck this bullshit. And then they get out into the real world. The grass is not always greener.
Ooh,
hello.
facts.
And now you're over here, you like romanticize the time that you were in the military, but yet the entire time that you were in, you just bitch and complain and whine.
You hit on a point. Adam, since you've been out, have you kept up with any former sailors that you knew that were possibly shitbag sailors, but now that, or probably got booted the fuck out, but, maybe you see them on social media and they're like, oh, this man's Navy was the greatest at my time and blah, blah, blah. But yet they were fucking on what y'all call chits, or at least in the Marine Corps they do. And we call profiles. They wrote those motherfucking profiles, couldn't fucking run. They had basically a dead man profile. But now they want to fucking claim, they're beast mode because they go to the gym. But where was that attitude when they were in the military? Have you seen anything like that?
Yeah. And it's the biggest thing that irks me. And it's, I don't know, it's the biggest thing that irks me, and I tend to try to ignore it the best I can, but it's like I can't even explain like the feelings that I get. Just, I don't know, because the military is a fucking super hard way of life, and just to like I don't know, it like, what am I trying to say? Decreases the value when people are do that shit.
Yes.
Knowing like all the deployments and all the overtime and the hours you put in, and to get almost nothing, and then these guys roll out and get all the clout and all the credit. It's just fucking annoying.
Had to say clout, man. Apparently I was clout chasing just recently. So, but Hunt, let me ask you something. When you went through OSUT back in the good old days, was it tough going through OSUT?
Yeah,
relatively
they
tough.
They didn't let up. The drill sergeants didn't let up. They marched us to the where the howitzer instructors were at, and they marched us back. But it was the same ones. Like we were still shitbags in their eyes, and like we could do no right. And it wasn't as bad like when we first get in, but it was like, okay, you're fucking up. Start doing some push-ups. It's still bad. Like I remember seeing a drill sergeant.
This motherfucker
who wasn't in my
or some shit.
Specifically, in our battery. Nah, man. You got me?
Bro, you're coming in like fucking.
Am I coming in now?
Yeah. All right.
You got me now. Can you hear me now?
I hear you, baby. I hear you.
No, what I was really trying to say is like, so Drill Sergeant Perkins, he wasn't my drill sergeant. He was in the battalion. He was in the battery. Well, yeah. Well, he was in the battalion, 1st to 4th. But I was still scared of that dude, even though he was in my battalion over at 582. Still scared of him. And he was like, yo, calm down. You're a staff sergeant. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think motherfuckers are striking fear into people like that anymore. Like, literally, he could tell I was still scared and shook.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I think that the whole purpose, and I think we could all agree, basic training for whatever fucking branch you're going through, it's going to be tough, and it's tough for a fucking reason. First of all, to weed out the fucking weak. Weed them out. You know what I'm saying? We don't fucking need them. If they're going to be crying and pissing and moaning while you're getting yelled at over little minute shit, how's it going to be when the bullets start flying? How are you going to react when you're on a fucking boat and the bitch is sinking and I need you to react, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I need you to react, especially like you're on a destroyer. Like you said, only 300 people on that motherfucker, you know, and something pops off. I mean, granted, we saw what happened with y'all with the Iranians, and y'all kind of brought a little bit of shame to us. Motherfuckers had on white socks, bro. White socks.
All right, we quit. You got it.
But I digress. No, I mean, I had to throw a little joke in there, but I think it's it says something that we're now allowing. Yeah, everybody should be allowed to try out, but it doesn't mean that everybody should make it through. And you know, when you got NCOs setting these guys up for failure, because I'll tell you what, when I came out of Fort Sill, Oklahoma to fucking 277 Field Artillery, Private Lopez, I remember walked up to Private First Class Moya, all right, and I was at parade fucking rest because I was taught that whoever outranks you, you stand at parade rest for them. Plus, it was just instilled in me, you know. So, and then Moya was like, and he's one of my best friends now. Moya was like, oh, man, you're good, man. You ain't got to do that shit. So you keep that discipline until you get to your unit and you find out how the military really works. I'm sure it was the same way for y'all. How was it for y'all over there, Monica? Can you relate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know my Navy journey, went to shore duty, but it was on Camp Pendleton, which is a Marine base, heavy Marine base, very little Navy presence there. So their Navy there was a little different, but you still did have to keep your bearing. You still had to be fucking respectful until you knew who you could kiki and haha with. You couldn't do that with everybody. You just couldn't. You had to find out who were your peers that you could do that with. Even if it was like an E4, you still gave them a little bit of respect because they did their time. They did, their shit, and they got to their rank the way that they got it, and you gave them respect until you got to maybe their rank, and then go from there. It's all about respect. Like, respect your uniform, respect your fucking uniform. That's all it really takes. I
mean, Adam, when you thought of somebody in the military, what comes to mind? Like, what's like a image that comes to your head of somebody in the military?
Just like an all-around badass that is a physically fit dude that is gonna be fearless, that's gonna is there to help in any way that he can. Basically, a modern day superhero is basically what I thought of. How
about you, Hunt?
You're looking at it. That's what I think of.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're looking at me. I get it. Now, motherfucker, when I look at you, Hunt, I'm sorry, but when I look at you right now, I'm thinking motherfucking Pinhead from Hellraiser.
I know, right? Like,
hey, bro.
You seen it when I had my snake bites in. Like, it was fucking.
Ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, that midlife crisis is hitting you fucking hard, bro.
It is kicking my ass, boy.
I mean, we're all over 30 here, I'm assuming, right? Anybody near 40?
I will be in September.
Okay. Okay, so you're the youngest over here. You're mid-30s?
Me?
Yeah.
Dang, why are you gonna call me out like that?
Okay, look, you're over 25, right? You're over 25, you're over the hill.
I'm 35. I'm 35.
Okay, so you're over the hill anyway. I'm just saying, people think
you look like a booter to me.
Look like a what?
A booter.
What's that?
Someone fresh out of boot camp.
Oh, okay.
A recruit. They used to call a recruit. That's stupid. That's recruit.
Let me ask you something. Adam holds this tradition And you know, I shit on it, but I think it's really fucking cool. I ain't gonna lie about the ball cap. Did you guys have a ball cap ceremony? Like
yeah, you got, or you had a recruit. That's how they said it. A recruit had a ball cap, and you got your Navy one afterwards. Yeah.
Did you cry?
Hell yeah!
Be real.
I teared up. Yeah, I teared up. Absolutely. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hunt, did you cry when they gave you a beret and say you don't have to wear the soft cap anymore?
Man, you know what? You know what's funny? You say that, but I actually had the old school green hat.
Oh, the piss splitter.
I'm dead ass. Yeah, I had to get my beret when I went to Fort Campbell, but we had that.
You know what? I think the time that Hunt probably cried was when he got his air assault wings.
You know what? I did. Like, it was my third trip around. It
Exactly.
was
That's why.
Yeah. My girlfriend at the time actually hit my car in the parking lot. I was like, this heifer.
God damn.
I'm tired, man. I cheated the system. Like, we were supposed to do 10 pull-ups when we got done with the 12-miler. Man, I did like 7. Looked around. Okay, I'm done.
You know what? I don't ever want to hear you say anything about integrity check.
Oh no, listen, I will cheat the system, Chief. I was done.
What do we say, man? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, baby.
You ain't trying.
Right.
You know, I just, you know, going back to that video, I shit on that guy enough, I think, already. So, you know, hey,
well, he'll be all right.
You know,
dude, you know what's crazy is it's only the if you ever look on Meal Talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the fucking bullshit is NCOs. It's fucking NCOs. It's no fucking officers with this shit. It's all NCOs. Bro. So now it begs the question: what the fuck is going on with the NCO Corps?
You know what?
Because the officers have more to lose than a fucking NCO, especially a young. I mean, for him, he might be a younger one, and he thinks, "Oh, I'm only going to put 20% in," but you don't understand how much is you're really getting being in the military, how much security you got going on. I know sometimes the NCOs have more to lose because they're, you know, have the family, and then officers get paid more. But I think, I don't know, they might be training them a little bit different.
I think a fucking NCO has a lot more to lose than a motherfucking butter bar or a first lieutenant. Captain or above, or 03 and above, maybe. But a fucking butter bar or a motherfucking a first lieutenant, I put in more fucking time than they have. So I have a lot more to fucking lose. You know what I mean? My career. And I think what sucks is that I think Hunt said it best. It's likership versus leadership. These motherfuckers want to be their friends and not their leaders. And they're trying to make it like, oh, you can blend both of them together. Yeah, you can. Once you get to your unit, all right, you're supposed to be training. When I think of a fucking drill sergeant, when I think of a motherfucking military member, whether it's a motherfucking Army, Navy, Air Force, all of those motherfuckers, I think standing tall, looking good, fucking epitome of the standard. Okay. Your haircut high and motherfucking tight, as corny as that sounds. Not this motherfucking chia pet over here. Got that shit growing all over the motherfucking place, mop on top. Yeah, I'm a vet, bro. I wear it fucking proud because I have fucking standards. So that's what I'll say about that. Sorry, go ahead.
It still irks me, the female. So they, I guess, I don't know if it's all military, but I know in the Navy, the females are allowed to wear their hair like in a fucking ponytail or a braid or some shit. When I first saw that, I was like, I almost lost my fucking mind. I was like, why is her fucking hair down? I'm like, what the fuck? No, that's no. I remember being in that line. I went and got my hair cut because I didn't want them to fuck up my hair, but I made sure it was nice and short. They never fucking touched it. But I remember literally they grab your hair in a ponytail, snap that shit off. Why? Because it was a standard. It's the uniform. And now you can have your hair down. That really can be fucking dangerous. Not just because it looks good and it's proper and it's part of the uniform. Put your shit in a bun. It's not that hard to put your hair in a bun or cut it. I'm just like a braid. You can have your hair down. Like, it really did blow my mind. And I don't even know what else. I couldn't even look into it because it was just like, I can't with this bullshit. I'm like, this is dumb.
Question, Adam. This is just in general for everybody. I want Adam's first. What do you think if they just ball headed the broads too? Just take them all ball headed.
They did.
No, let's keep it that way. Everybody has the same fucking standard haircut. Male and
We
female.
did. Whenever I went through boot camp, we all got the same fucking haircut as girls.
No, I'm
All
talking
of
about
us.
bald, like bald. Take that shit down to a zero.
It's
Jada Pinkett. Bald.
Jada Pinkett that shit.
it's ridiculous, but I'm not mad at it. Like you're trying to get through boot camp, so it wouldn't even be like.
Oh no, but even after boot camp,
No.
even in the regular fucking service, you maintain the same standard across the board, male and female.
Nah, that's some North Korea shit right there, bro. They
No,
only have,
no,
like,
a soldier is a fucking soldier. Equality, right? Fucking quality.
Well, then
You know what, it
how are
was-
you gonna make up a beard? I mean, you get all these guys that get beard chits because they get all these skin irritations, so they can't shave.
That's because they're
What's the
black and
equivalent to a
lazy.
female?
I'm just joking.
Hey, some
I'm
of them
kidding.
females, I also some females that could grow some shit too. Like, hey, trim that shit up. But nah, Monica, you know what? Real quick, I was laughing when you were talking about that, about the ponytail, because I just got into some TikTok shit with an annoying former lieutenant about that fucking shit, and like that's why I was laughing about that shit. It was pretty.
That's where the
It's
clout chasing
dangerous.
argument came from.
I know. It's
Let me put it this way,
dangerous.
Danny.
Go ahead.
If a female takes the time to put her hair within standards and the whole uniform in standards, then you know you got a good sailor or soldier or whatever. So, but if you're just buzz cutting everybody, it's gonna mask all the deficiencies.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
You gotta take pride in
This
having
could have been a
appearance.
motherfucking command sergeant major of the Navy or whatever the fuck y'all call them. Shit.
Dick Pond.
Squid.
Hey, Master Squid, let me ask y'all. You know what? Hey, sailors, let me ask y'all a question. We asked this to our soldiers in the NCO or Soldier of the Month boards. So I want to know if you can answer this. Who is the commander-in-chief of the Navy?
Oh, the president, right?
He's the commander in chief of all of them.
You sure?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Who the president is at the time.
There you go. Good answer. Yes, you're correct. But they always throw you up with like, are you sure? Motherfucker's like, man, am I sure now, motherfucker? I don't know. All right, hey, we got 1 minute, and then so basically, y'all already know the deal. We're gonna close this one out, shoot up a new link, and when we come back, it's whatever the fuck y'all want to talk about. So, hey, whoever comes on first, you got first topics, and maybe we can talk more about the George Washington and see what's going on with them folks. All right, see y'all in about 2 and 2. Be right back, y'all. I'll send out that link.
What was the topic that won?
All right, welcome back, everybody. For those that just joined us, we just got done with a nice conversation earlier. Now we're gonna pick up. Before Hunt and Monica joined us, I was talking about beating guts, and I'm gonna let y'all know whose guts I'd be beating. Johnny Depp's fucking attorney, Camille Vasquez.
She's a beast. I love. She's
Bro,
I'd beat those guys too.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not bullshitting. She,
Oh
the
my
way
god.
she says shit, dog. Like, I would want her to put me a parade rest and fucking just tell me, but you did it like this, didn't you? Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Mr. Lopez? Oh, actually, isn't that right, Star Sergeant Lopez? Didn't you? Didn't you? I'd be like,
You know what's so crazy?
what's that? But aside that,
She's
I want to see her
she's only-
toes.
She's only an associate. They only have her as an associate.
Mm.
That's what's fucking crazy. If she is not even made partner after this, she needs to go find a firm that's gonna make her a partner or start her own shit, because her stock has went tremendously up after
Hell
this
yeah.
shit. She is
She-
ripping
She's a
Amber Heard.
beast. Like, she is fucking her up.
Look.
Calling
Right
her
now,
out left and
Adam's
right.
like, Adam's over here like, no fucking spoilers, all right? I haven't caught up yet. I haven't caught up yet. Dude, that she tore Amber Heard a new asshole, and I loved every fucking minute of it, man. You know, I want to actually, I wish that I could show this chick, and this is going to be a little bit racial, so
Yep.
don't take it bad, but it's going to get a little playfully racial. No, but honestly, I wish I could show my kids this part of the trial so they could see somebody that's their skin tone, that's not a fucking singer, and that's not a fucking movie star, that's in a profession that, you know, is available to them if they study hard, and what they could achieve being a female Latina, you know, so they got a last name that ends with an EZ just like theirs, you know, because Hunt, don't take this the wrong way, but it's going to come out like that. Because if this chick was a black chick, you know that it'll be all over the fucking news. Like, oh, Johnny Depp's attorney makes history as the first black female suing this and that and that and that. You know, we just don't bitch about it or cry about it. We be about it, you know?
No,
so, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm just saying, you know, we don't cry about it. We just be about it. And the fact that she's out there getting that clout and we're not up there like, Viva Vasquez, you know what I'm saying? That's just not our style. And I just wish that I could hopefully find out more about her so that I could present her to the kids. Because I'm not going to let them see the Johnny Depp trial. They don't need to hear about Amber Heard talking about she's got fucked with a goddamn Maker's Mark bottle. Oh, hold on. Have y'all seen the I stepped on a bee?
Yeah, everybody's doing their thing. Yeah. I was late for PT.
Now Hunt's gonna go after me. Go ahead, pimp. I know that you wanted to say something because I brought in the black folks.
I was in field artillery. But no, like that's something that you want that's something that you should want your daughters to see. That's not racially motivated. You should want them to see, listen, hey, this is a badass, you know, Latina that's doing her thing, man.
Yeah.
Like this is somebody you can be just like her. You can be the next one. You can take where she started and then fucking run 2 miles with that bitch.
You know, being that we're a heavily Hispanic podcast today, you know, I don't know. And you love the brown people. I've seen your pictures. You know, but
he likes a little spicy. He likes a little sweet. Who doesn't?
Yeah. The only problem is that there's no in between there. You know, fucking, you either get a really sweet one or one's gonna kill you. You know, there's a reason that a lot of us Latinos go for white girls.
Yeah, I like the best cream ones.
So,
yeah, good luck with that one. Then you get an Amber Heard. So go ahead.
Too fucking shay. Touche. Adam, growing up, did you have any let's say what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just taking this podcast towards something different. Adam, did you have anybody that you looked up to that looked like you? That was like, you know, in the celebrity world, like an icon, you know, and don't come out here with Cesar Chavez and shit like that because you grew up in Fresno.
He was dope though.
Yeah, he was. I didn't know about him though. But here's the thing: I didn't know about him until I got much older. You know what I'm saying?
Richie Valens.
Yeah, Richie Valens was the shit, but he was a celebrity.
Oh yeah, that's
he was
sorry.
a singer. You know, I mean, aside from my parents and my immediate household, there wasn't much aside from, you know, celebrities that play baseball, movies, or singers. You know what I'm saying? Were there any like iconic figures? You know, why did you think about that? Did you know that in the Navy that there's a very historical motherfucker that was of Hispanic descent? There's a certain admiral.
An admiral?
That was an admiral back in the old days when the Navy was the Navy.
Kind of offended, but
bro, blame the village people.
Who is this guy? Who is this? This
really?
Admiral.
Really? Yeah. Do I need to break? Damn, I thought y'all would have known this being fucking Farragut, man. Admiral Farragut.
What?
You know, he was well, I'm sorry. Y'all got to do your history on that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Y'all motherfuckers. I know who the fuck goddamn that little midget from Texas is who was a wife beater. You know? Really?
Yeah, y'all know who he is, right? Audie Murphy.
Audie motherfucking Murphy.
Audie
the most decorated fucking soldier.
He wasn't. Audie Leon Murphy was a legend in his own right. Y'all didn't have nothing like that. So we had like Audie Murphy board.
Hold on.
That is
as
like
many traditions as the fucking Navy has. Y'all don't have somebody y'all look up to in the Navy except for Popeye
or Captain Crunch.
You know what? I one of my captains, actually, I still really look up, and I'll go to war with that man any day. It's actually Admiral Wade now, but he was one of the best captains ever. But other than that, I mean,
Admiral
You
Wade,
didn't have nothing like that.
like
Wade Wilson.
Wade as in your last name.
well, yeah, but it's a different Wade.
Okay, I'm about to say
relation.
your husband left that out when we spoke. Shit.
No. This is a whole different Admiral Wade. Like he's he's one of the most amazing captains I ever had. At the time, he was commander, but now he's Admiral Wade, and he's just like the best motivational speaker. And like, I don't know, I'll go to war with this man any day.
Adam, talk to me about the USS Washington. And Monica, give me your retort on, did you hear what that Chief Master Petty Officer of the Navy?
Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy.
Do you follow what's going on with the Navy at all, Monica?
No, I don't know. I don't watch the news very much.
Neither do we. Neither do we. But I had an interesting story sent to me, and it had to do with the Washington, which is an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Which is a big fucking boat that has a lot of motherfuckers on it. I just remember Forrest Gump right now.
I've been on one just to look around and said, nope, not my.
No, I just remember right now. I remember Forrest Gump and Bubba, where he's like, "You ever been on a real shrimp boat?" No, but I've been on a really big boat.
Like you're trying to explain a aircraft carrier to somebody else in the Navy. Like they never would have.
Little fucking aircraft carrier. Yeah.
Well, because she wasn't in the real Navy, she swept the yard.
You know, I did some real Navy shit, like commercials. Like I'm doing the mole boards and the movement for commercials and like movies and shit like that, like Transformers. That was fun as fuck.
Oh,
did you do a TikTok video for it?
No, fuck no.
No, but
it's still classified.
Let me ask you, as a matter of fact, though, that Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, right? Is that what it is? Or Chief Master Petty, whatever the fuck he is. Like, apparently he said some things that pissed off a lot of sailors. You know, what was it exactly that pissed off the sailors, Adam? Do you know?
He was just alluding to like sailors need to lower their standards. Those are like really bad words to use to like summarize everything, but essentially he was alluding to like sailors need to lower their standards when they're in like shitty environments.
What do you think about that, Monica? Being that you were a sailor, you spent time on a boat, a really big boat.
I'll just catch you up, Monica, really quickly.
Yeah, I'm like,
the George Washington carrier is in the yards in Newport News for their nuclear engine overhaul. They had 10 suicides in 10 months, including 3 suicides in 1 week. The MCPON went over to the George Washington and like
I did hear about this.
Not so eloquently told them to like fuck off and called them a bunch of
facts. So okay, I did hear about this a little bit, and actually me and the husband had a little bit of a conversation about it, but I'm just like, I've been in the yards. I had 2 yard periods, and we had a barge, and that barge didn't always have AC. A barge is like a floating thing that, you know, has like your
floating barracks.
Racks. Yeah. So you get to sleep there. For the people that don't get to sleep out in town, you have to live on the ship. Okay. So that's where you live. Now, yeah, I mean, there's something else going on for all those fucking suicides. It can't just be shitty AC. There has to be something else going on. What it is, I don't fucking know what it is. But there's no way these people are this fucking weak to come back from a deployment and because they have no AC to unalive themselves. There's just no way. There has to be other shit going on, in my opinion. And as far as the living quarters, guess what? Get roommates and then get some place to go live out in town, because that's what I did for a couple of times. You know what I mean? If you really don't think the living conditions are to your standards, first of all, shut the fuck up. You have somewhere to live. Have a bed. You know what I'm saying? You could be living underneath a fucking highway or something.
For real.
And I'm just like, no, like, there's other shit you could be doing besides waiting around for somebody to take care of you. You don't have AC on a barge or on the ship. sorry, that sucks. Then take your ass to a McDonald's, take your ass to a fucking Starbucks or something to cool off for a little bit and then come back. I don't know. But
Damn.
I've had a few roommates before, so we could afford somewhere to live out in town. So we wouldn't have to live on the ship all the time because that's where you fucking work. So, I mean, I'm the last, I always feel like I'm one of the last people to have a whole lot of sympathy for certain shit.
Damn. Did I mention that Adam has a podcast that's specifically about the Navy? Oh my God, dude. No, that's pretty fucking awesome. I mean, I get what you're saying, but one thing that we ended up last time we had this conversation with Adam on here as well with Hunt, we were asking where were the NCOs at? Like, I don't know what rank you made it up to or what rate, or whatever the fuck y'all call it, but there comes a point in time that somebody should be looking over their motherfucking sailors or Joes, their fucking airmen, where were they at? And I think that's where the blame needs to start off at before it starts going up higher. What do you think? Hunt, what do you think? If you were on that boat, for some reason, we were stuck with these motherfuckers on there. They were giving us a taxi out to the other side of the world.
I think my shit, but no, man, I would be like,
I would complain though, for real. Being real, weren't you Advon?
Yeah, I was Advon a couple of times.
Essentially, the carrier right now is a construction zone, so there's like there's no ventilation. They're like, they're resurfacing all the surfaces, so there's dust and shit around. There's no air conditioning. Shit. There's no heat. There's no water, potable water. There's no food services, stuff like that. So you're essentially living in a construction zone.
Damn.
Yeah, see, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't let them live in that construction zone. They're at port, so there's no reason why they shouldn't have food and drinking water readily available. So now we got to discuss that. I understand it's a construction zone, but what are we going to do to mitigate that? To at least get food and water over there. But I think ultimately it's whatever y'all call y'all's E6s. That's where the rubber's going to meet the road. I've always been a firm believer that once you become a E6, we call sergeant in the Army, that's when you are a leader of leaders. You know what I'm saying? As a sergeant E5, you're a leader. But once you get to that staff sergeant and above, staff sergeant, that's the first time that you're actually a leader of leaders. And then from that point on, sergeant first class, master sergeant, first sergeant, sergeant major, you are a leader of leaders. So there's no way that if you're a leader of leader, you should be talking to that E5. Hey man, what's going on, man? I tried to get this information from the Joes. They're really not talking to me or whatever. What's going on? So we can go ahead and bump this up higher. But that's whoever that E6 is, they should have been doing their due diligence more.
I'm going to bring this into the realm of conspiracies, which is where I think the deep state probably has control of, and this is going to be where Monica likes to shine. But I'll ask y'all.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be something else going on. It can't just be because there's a construction zone. I mean, where's the barge at? Here's the thing. Why didn't you open your mouth about something?
Here's the thing, though. Adam mentioned that these things are scheduled out, right? So this is not something that just happened like, oh, fuck, we're out of gas. We're going to have to pull into the dock. No, this shit was planned out already. So there's money invested in this shit. Why, if this has been planned out for so long, why isn't there money going to have billets for these motherfucking Joes that are coming out, and like you were saying, whatever that barge bullshit is, why aren't they having that for them? Because somebody's pocket's got to be getting lined up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if there's a problem with the AC, like, okay, listen, they've known us like that. I'm pretty sure they have supply techs on those ships, right? Hey, supply, I am authorizing you to order fucking a shit ton of fans that these motherfuckers can plug up into their rooms.
But no, dude, it's like he said, it's a construction zone. So it's not just that. You also got to think about what they're breathing in. Yeah. All the shit.
Talking about the George Washington, all those people.
Oh yeah, her old man is a retired sailor as well. So he probably knows a little something. It'd be great. Like his point of view as an officer. What does he think? Who does? Ask if you can. Ask your husband. Do the officers bear any responsibility for what's going on with the soldiers out, or the sailors? Is that more on the? Is it the?
When he comes back in, it's probably it. I mean, most of the time it's not the officers. Like somebody brings it up to the officers. It's a lot of times it's like the first class and the chief. They're the ones in there with the division. They're the ones that say, hey, you know, this is coming up. And all of this should have been discussed like on the way home from deployment. Like everybody knows there's a period when you go into the yards and there's going to be work done, obviously, after every single deployment. So it's like, there should have been everything scheduled, like you said, in way in advance. You have a training schedule, first of all, to get ready for deployment and inspections. And then while you're in deployment, there's all this other stuff being scheduled for aftercare or the yard period and everything else. So why wasn't that scheduled? Where the fuck is that barge?
You guys have like a psych on those boats?
Carriers
The
do.
chaplain.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there's that. What if you're atheist?
I don't know about the big boys, but I know, I mean, every once in a while they got a chaplain, but other than that, I have no idea.
I'm just wondering, like, you know, wouldn't there be somebody making the rounds, checking on their mental health, especially if like you're used to being productive all fucking day when you're out at sea?
They do have psychiatrists on a carrier, but they're not there because the carrier is in the yard and it's a construction zone.
Are you fucking so
Yeah.
you wouldn't think that they would have like a bungalows. They have those bungalows that they fucking mobile shit, set it up. Remember, Hunt, when we lost when we were out in those the battalion and all that shit was across the street in those fucking little bungalows and shit, portable housing?
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
I'm just saying, why the fuck? Who's getting their money? Fuck their pockets fatter? Because it ain't me. You know.
Listen, no one should be living on that carrier right now, and the people that have enough rank and pull are not living on the carrier right now.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
promise you that.
Damn.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, unfortunately for these people that aren't, you know, alive anymore, it's like, did they voice what was going on? Who did they voice it to? There should have been something written down, some kind of documentation. And why didn't they get a birthing? Why, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be something more going on than just.
I'll tell you what. You know how you bring attention to this shit? Do a motherfucking TikTok video and put it out on Mill Talk, and people will talk about it. You know, all bullshit aside, I've heard more about this fucking guy dancing with his soldiers in the fucking social medias than I've heard about this shit that Adam brought to light. For real, though. For real. You know, motherfuckers talk about, you know, I got your six, I got all this, I got all that. But where the fuck is it? Why is it that a veteran sailor who has a fucking podcast is the one that brings this shit up? And I'm hearing about it through him. And I'm not hearing about it through all these other motherfucking podcasters, you know, with the big fucking influences, the motherfuckers out there, you know, that could actually reach a wider audience, you know.
Yeah, like, where is it on the Navy Times? Is it in the mainstream media? Is
Of
it
course
on
not.
CNN? No.
You know, the
of course
mainstream media is too busy dividing us and conquering us, because look what just happened up in fucking Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And
My tooth picking too.
now, you know, I'm just saying, we're in an election cycle. It's going to go that way. COVID has run its course. We got to divide the people up again between left and right. So I'm just saying, MAGA.
Man. Hey, I feel you, man. I really hope there's a lot of things. It's unfortunate that it is happening. The construction happening right now, and soldiers are doing that shit, having to breathe that shit. But yeah, man, like, it is unfortunate that it's not being out there, that those soldiers are not getting, those sailors, I'm sorry,
Right.
are not getting the proper care that they deserve and they need. Even if it is just like the mental health, I don't know. I'm just assuming. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that they're seeing those senior leaders.
Man,
Hey.
robotic, bro.
You got me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You got me now?
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking
it's a
T-Mobile,
shame that
bro.
those sailors have to see those senior leaders. You know, they have to see those senior leaders living good. And it's like, damn, now I see why motherfuckers be like, well, this sucks. Why can they live high on the horse? And like you said, that captain, how you said you had that captain that you go to war for. I've told Lopez this a million times. Captain Michael J. Kimball, was 03, different type captain. Go to war for that man any day of the week. The shit that he did for us while we were deployed, taking guard, like in OIF one, taking guard for people, for soldiers.
Mhm.
I would follow that man anywhere.
Oh, let's clarify for those that don't understand. Sailor captain. So for the Cracker
Colonel.
Jacks, they're fucking like a full bird. for us. That's the difference, you know. So the Cracker Jacks colonel is a captain. You know, for us, a captain is the motherfucking, you know, railroad track on his head. And yeah, and he's a battery commander or something like that. Not to the extent that's what those are. Like, oh, for example, I just saw something that there was some broad, some Navy lady. She just took over a carrier. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I think that's fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
That's fucking badass. But can we talk about the motherfucking sailors that are losing their life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can we talk about them? You know, yeah, great. First female. Awesome. Good to go. Bitch, go do something about these motherfuckers that are dying on George Washington.
Yeah.
You know, do that.
She probably, you know, if it was her post, if she was at the George Washington, then, you know, I could expect her to do something about that. That's like saying, motherfuckers
I'm
that are
sure
at Fort
she has some
Carson.
kind of fucking influence. We're not, you know what? Let the Navy fellas talk. Does she have any kind of influence on this shit?
On the George Washington?
Or anything within the Navy?
I mean,
she got up there. She's a fucking admiral.
It's a pretty big deal for an aircraft carrier. Yeah, so
yeah.
I don't see that, because it's like okay, so the commander of Fort Carson is supposed to do shit about the shit that happened with Vanessa Guillen and all the other bullshit here in Fort Hood.
Could have influence. Have influence.
How you gonna have influence on me? And especially since you got to think about this.
Now,
Fort Carson,
you want to bring up Guillen though? You want to bring that brought up rule?
I just like, you got to think about it, because at Carson, that's a 2-star. Carson is a 2-star. Hood is a 3-star. So you really can't have influence on me. You can't say shit to me. I'm gonna tell you, hey,
if you're fucking
Kevin,
up, yes, I will. If you're fucking up,
Kevin,
yes, I will.
Oh, you're gonna call me sir? I'm gonna call you Kevin. Kevin,
Hey,
shut the fuck up. Go back to Fort Carson.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. You got 1 star more than me. Oh, what were you saying, Adam?
You could start a conversation. I mean, that's bare minimum, right?
At the very least, you have some kind of authority, some kind of juice. Be like, hey, you know what? I'm sure you got some political fucking influences. You don't get up that high without knowing some political motherfuckers. I'm just saying. And the whole Vanessa Guillen shit, we want to bring her into this. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. It's not like she was very fucking innocent. Yeah, I know it's not a popular thing to say, but it wasn't sexual harassment that got her that way. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. People want to go ahead and bring up that she's a female and it was sexual harassment. We all know that. We know it wasn't. Anyways, and it looks like Monica is piercing those eyes at me like.
I was like, what? I was like, I know the story you're talking about, but I'm just like, I don't know, when they, again, in my mind just goes straight to those conspiracy theories. It takes me back to like Abby, whatever her name was. I'm sorry she died or got killed, but I'm just like,
which one?
That girl, that Instagram girl that everybody was like,
oh, the white girl?
Yeah.
The white girl that went on her minivan trip.
Yeah, her. It's just like whenever there's certain ones publicized, it's like you are following every little teeny tiny lead for this adult that, you know, did what they did. You know, they were adults. They were doing what they were doing. It sucks that they got murdered, killed, whatever happened. That sucks. Yes, nobody deserves to be murdered or killed or whatever. But it's like, how come that case or this case gets as much attention, but then you got 100 or 1,000 children that go missing and not a single Ring camera catches that shit? You know what I mean? That's why I don't really follow a whole lot of those murder and like, sorry, but with that Petito girl, everybody was like, oh, look at my Ring camera. The camera came, you know, my Ring caught the van coming at this time, and all of us get our Ring feeds and see where the van went. Really? Like, it's that? I mean, yes, it sucks. Don't get me wrong, but where was that kind of footage for kids that go missing, for the human trafficking and shit like that? You know what I mean?
Check this out. Human trafficking. Great conversation we could have on this real quick. You know, as far as I live in San Antonio. There's an epidemic of child abductions here. There was this one little Afghani girl who had migrated over here as a refugee. You know, and when I heard her story, I happened to have flexibility with my job. And I told my boss, look, this is compelling me. I want to go look for her. She's here in San Antonio. Are you cool with this? And my boss is a big advocate, like for, missing children. So she's like, go ahead. So I went out there to go look for her, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And well, not middle of nowhere, it's here in San Antonio, but looking for this 4-year-old Afghani child who just picked up and gone. Dude, they still haven't found her. And this was back in December.
Ridiculous. Like, where's the coverage for that kind of thing? Where's like, oh, well, I got this on my camera. Oh, I remember seeing this person at this gas station at this time. And, that was just very detailed coverages of trying to find what happened to her. But yet, how come not other things get that kind of, detailed coverage?
Well, it makes you wonder what's going on in the world. Like, what are they really doing? What's really going on? Right. I mean, I don't know how conspiracy you get at them. But wag the dog, basically, let's go ahead and do a false flag over here, or let's divert the attention here while we really do some other shit over here. So I just think it's fucked up that it takes a sailor, and I wish we had bigger fucking platforms. You know what I mean? If we could reach fucking millions, dude, let Joe Rogan talk about this shit. I guarantee motherfuckers would listen. It's fucking sad, yo. But anyways, damn, we got fucking heavy, yo. God damn. Fuck.
Aliens. Well, speaking of aliens, that's some shit that they did today. Y'all tracking this shit, right?
Bro,
Yes.
Our friend Monica here, if y'all don't follow her on the TikTok, she's under Sun Luna Co. And she went ham, bro. What?
Oh yeah, like I think it's just under my name, Monica W or something like that, or something. I don't remember what it is, but I don't post very much on there. I mostly stick to Instagram because I just don't have time for both. But today I saw that and I was just like, there we go, there it is. False flag,
can you tell me what y'all talking about? Because I have no idea.
Oh yeah, here, hold on, let me bring that up. I can't remember what state of Congress fucking meeting they did that they were going on about how UAPs, which is unidentified objects, like in the air and the sky, unidentified
the phenomena.
Objects. Yeah, so they're just like, oh, they must be treated as a threat. Blah 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 blah. Here we go. I'm like, they're not threats, aliens, they're galactic beings, they're higher dimensional beings. They have been around way longer than we have, and if they wanted to fuck us up, they would have already. Those that you see flying around, and the ones that are fucking us up have been here and doing it already, like the Draco, the lizard people, whatever you want to call them. They are already here, already doing their influencing, already doing the damage and the control, the mind control, taking all the kids, all that other shit. They're the ones that are the threat that you're protecting, and not the ones that you see up in the sky, because they're the ones trying to help us.
Queen Elizabeth.
Bro, I'm just saying. I wish Cruz was alive, because my boy Cruz was into this type of shit. And hence, I mean, this is crosstalk already. I'm not even going to do the whole spiel on it. Let me ask you something, Adam. You guys fired missiles. You guys fired Tomahawks, right?
Correct.
You guys ever fire Tomahawks at any fucking UFOs that you could discuss?
I would have wished I could have seen that for like experience, but I did not get to see that or do that.
How about you, Adam? Did you get to do that? Because you got to launch those motherfuckers.
For the sake of the
national security,
the integrity of my integrity, and I don't want to be known as a liar or whatever. I'm just gonna say that I can't talk about any missions that I did as a Tomahawk technician.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I got you. You cannot you cannot disclose any targeting that had to happen within those confined spaces.
As ridiculous as that sound, I'm not gonna answer it in any fashion.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy, man. No, I understand what you're saying. Like, you can't do that, but that's crazy.
Bro,
this is wild.
I'm just saying, Hunt, if we had a fucking mission that come down and they told us, hey, priority target alien, but y'all can never talk about this shit. Y'all got to keep that shit low key. This Excalibur is going into a motherfucking, it's going into a goddamn cave where the lizard people live. Bro, I don't know if I could keep my mouth shut. I swear to God, I'd be like,
Yo,
army time, yo.
Yo, we just shot motherfucking Queen Elizabeth. That bitch is dead, son.
Bro, the year COVID struck, right? They fucking admitted that there were UFOs, except they called it aerial phenomena, unidentified aerial phenomena. No, bitch, unidentified flying objects. Motherfuckers, they aliens, dog. They admitted it to us. And we were just like, no, COVID, dog. COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well, now that they know this shit's getting out there, they're trying to control the narrative. And that's why there's a project called Project Bluebeam, where literally it's like holograph that they could literally project or stage an attack so they can keep us in fear and keep us in control, because they're starting to know that we are using their own social media against them, where we're trying to speak about the truth that these galactic beings, maybe not all of them, yes, there are some lower vibrational ones that do want to keep us in control, but not all of them. Most of them are in higher dimensions that do just want to help us and help humanity get out of this fucking shithole of a dimension.
Monica, let me ask you, what do you say to some of the listeners out there that are thinking, this girl's fucked up?
Yeah, go do your own research. Meditate on it. And if you don't, I guarantee if you're open and you do your own research, the dots are going to connect and you're going to be like, oh shit.
I'm just tripping out because, like, I mean, I'm sure there's skeptics out there that would be like, man, she's talking so matter-of-factly about this, you know?
Yeah, because I've seen it.
Okay. Adam, do you believe in any extraterrestrial life? Simple, you know. You don't have to dig deep into it. It's a yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
Generally, I'll lean towards yes.
Okay. Being that you were from Fresno, out there in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? You're in Central Cali, right?
Yeah.
Like Reedley, all that shit and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Did you guys ever see anything out there? Like, you know, like, I'm not talking about satellites. I'm not talking about planes. I'm talking about like phenomena.
La Llorona, yeah. There's a canal that goes that goes through the town, and it gets hella foggy in the valley, and La Llorona is 100% out there.
Are you for real?
No.
Huh?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say La Llorona that's a tale. It's in every one of our cultures. You know who the Llorona is? Mr. Loves the Brown Women. I'm just telling you, don't fuck around with La Llorona.
Yeah, I know who. Oh yeah, trust me, I know about La Llorona, but I don't fuck around with it. I don't know who like that is in my people's culture. Maybe it's.
I was gonna ask you that within the black folks. I mean, like,
it wouldn't be Maria Laveau. No, she was a voodoo queen. She was a bad bitch.
Yeah, she was. Like, I don't know, because like I was brought up, you know, oh my God, you can't do that. That's of the devil, and oh my God, that's so evil, and you're going to hell, and it's like, oh my God, I can't even breathe. Heaven forbid. But no, so I don't know, man. We were like, at the time, you know, it was always taught that stuff was bad. But now, like Monica said, it's like, okay, I'm looking at some of this stuff and I'm like, maybe that's not bad. The spirituality stuff is not as bad as like we were taught it was.
Why do you think that aliens haven't fucking made their presence as
they
exposed? No, I'm saying, like, you know, like the movie
just
Mars
like
Attacks type shit. Like, motherfuckers come down like, hey, we're fucking real, y'all. You know.
Because it will cause mass panic, and not everybody is ready for that. I mean, and that's exactly what they don't want, because we have been programmed for ages and ages of programming of fear and shit like that, and people still believing all the shit that they see in the social media. They don't want to come here and cause mass hysteria, and that would cause, because there's so many people out there that are skeptic and they will think they're threats even though they're not.
Hey,
yeah, they just superiority complex. People, a lot of humans want to believe that we are just it, that we are the apex of the whole galaxy.
So such like
sea stories.
Oh god.
Hold on. Sea stories real quick. I want to touch on this. Y'all motherfuckers spend a lot of time out in the sea. There's a lot of fucking tales that get handed down within the sailor realm, I'm guessing. Did you guys ever hear any like of those wild tales that got handed down like traditionally, or like are there tales that maybe y'all heard? Like, okay, for example, like in the artillery world, you know, we have Molly Pitcher. All right, Molly Pitcher is a real figure, who was basically a bad bitch who fucking her husband got killed, and she took over his spot and started fucking loading the goddamn cannon, swabbing it, and shooting. Now, I mean, a lot of people look at her like, you know, she's like a Rosie the Riveter type deal. I got a shirt out there for y'all females, by the way. You know, it says before Rosie was riveting, Molly was a cannon cocker. But anyways, with that said, like, do y'all have any like urban legends or shit like that that get handed down to you all? Like maybe of mermaids and fucking that get handed down traditionally within the Navy realm?
I don't know, but I mean, mermaids are definitely real as fuck. I've been a mermaid before in one of my past lifetimes, but I don't think I ever had it heard like as a traditional story type thing. So,
how about on a destroyer?
The Kraken.
Anything on the destroyer lifestyle that y'all ever have any like any motherfuckers bring down stories from like their time that they heard from a older chief petty officer that was handed down? Nothing like that.
I'll tell you really, I'll try to tell you really quickly how the fire, my LPO, my E6 told me how the fire controlman came to be.
Oh shit, hold on. We got a minute left.
Okay.
Y'all mind if I send out one more and we'll call it a night after that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
That cool, Monica? All right. First of all, I don't know what the fuck is an LPO. So we'll talk here in a few minutes. All right. Be right back in a second. All right, y'all. You're listening to the last couple of minutes. I'm glad y'all stayed with us. This shit has taken a fucking hell of a turn. Where we started talking about making TikTok videos to now we're talking about fucking phenomena that is out there or maybe not out there, you know. And these are topics that I normally like to touch on, especially because you got to have an open mind, you know, like Monica was saying, you got to look at things with an open mind and, you know, do your own research out there. I like to think of, you know, of myself as someone that has an open mind. I've seen shit in my lifetime that I've experienced. And, you know, I like to look at things not skeptically. You know, I know there's motherfuckers out there probably listening to this like, man, that Monica chick is on one. Some of that shit that she's smoking. Just so y'all know, we're already recording, y'all. But no, I'm sure that there's folks out there, you know, thinking like, man, what the fuck is she on that I need some of? You know, is she on that ayahuasca shit or whatever the fuck is called? Ayahuasca?
Go get some ayahuasca, go get you some whatever you gotta go get, go meditate and just go look at it for yourself. Go research it, Google it. There's CIA documents have been leaked all about it. So go ahead.
MK Ultra, baby. But Adam, tell us about the genesis of the
fire controlman.
The fire controlman. It's probably before you go there, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Being that you're indirect fire like we are, do you guys have the patron saint Saint Barbara anywhere around y'all?
No, I wish we did, but
damn. All right. Yeah. Tell me about what your LPO or whatever the fuck that is.
Leading petty officer. So the guy in charge of the division, the work center.
So like the E7?
E6.
E6 time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then E7, the chief is the leading chief petty officer.
Oh, we're learning here. We're learning the gun lines turning into the shipyard, y'all.
Real quick, I'm a fire controlman. We handle all the combat systems and weapons systems on a ship. There's back in the old wooden sailing ship with sails and everything days of the Navy, there are 5 original rates, right? Cooks, quartermasters, boatswain mates, master at arms, and gunner's mates. Those are the guys that fired the cannons. So my yep. So my LPO, we were in a division of fire controlmen and gunner's mates mixed together, and we like to shit on gunner's mates, right? So my LPO comes into quarters, which is our morning meeting, and he goes, he had a bug up his ass about gunner's mates that day, and he goes, you want to know how fire controlman got started? He said back in the days of the old sailing wooden ship days, they were in a battle, a ship battle, and they're shooting cannons back and forth at each other, and they kept missing until this one really smart gunner's mate realized that when the ship pitched up, the cannon shot a lot farther. and so he started becoming more accurate using the pitch of the ship. And that's the day that the first fire controlman was invented. The smartest gunsman invented the fire controlman.
Bunch of fucking nerds. Let me tell you about a little history of the genesis of the field artillery.
Bro, all I heard was boats and hoes. You said boats and hoes. What? What in the world?
So let me tell you a little story. All right. Let me see if I get this right. It's the genesis of the field artillery. All right. In the beginning, there was chaos. And the chaos was the infantry, the queen of battle. However, the queen was alone, and fear was with the infantry. So she cried out unto the Lord, saying, Lord, save us, for we are afraid. And the Lord heard the grunts and set some of the infantry on beasts of burden, and he called these cavalry. Woo! And the cavalry and the became armor. And the Lord saw that what he had done, and he laughed, saying, well, you can't win them all. And time passed, and the infantry and the armor cried out again unto the Lord, saying, Lord, save us, for we are afraid. The Lord heard their cries and decided to end their weeping. The Lord said unto them, I shall send you a race of men, noble in heart and spirit. And the Lord created the field artillery and named them the king of battle. And the Lord said unto the infantry and to the armor, when it's dark, the king shall light your way. And when you need smoke, there shall be smoke. And when you need it to rain down death and destruction upon your enemy, you shall have it. And the Lord gave the king big guns and big bullets, and the infantry and the armor were jealous, for they had none. And the Lord gave the field artillery rockets, missiles, and nukes. And when the infantry and the armor saw this, they fell onto their knees in wonder and awesome, saying, surely the Lord is on the side of the field artillery, the king of battle. And that's it. Oh, the genesis of the field artillery. Well, it sounds better.
2 questions.
It sounds better though with the motherfucking 1812 overture. Oh man, it's beautiful. All right, go ahead. 2 questions.
2 questions.
My reading level is 6th grade, bro.
I was gonna say,
LAUSD.
Were you able to color within the lines of whatever book you read that from?
Yeah.
And question number two. How long is that coloring book? They had to spell. That's a lot. There's a couple of big words to spell it out phonetically. How long was that book?
This motherfucker, man. Look, just because you get to push a button to where somebody already laid a target for you, you know, it's not that difficult to go push. You know, one of the gayest shit I ever saw in my life was in Fort Sill, bro. And I swear to God. So when we're running in Fort Sill, well, not even Fort Sill, in the field artillery, when we're out there doing PT, we got a cadence. And it's like, what's the sound of artillery? Boom, boom, shoot, move, and communicate. Boom, boom. It's just a motivational motherfucking song, right? I swear to you, I swear to fucking Christ, this one bitch that we're running with, she's ADA, fucking duck hunters. That's what we call the ADA, duck hunters. They're the ones that fire the Patriot missiles. This bitch was running with us, and she jumps out there. She's like, what's the sound of the ADA? And I swear to God, she goes, whoosh, and does the hand movement, bro.
Nice.
Who's this person?
I looked at this broad and I was like, get the fuck out of this goddamn run, because you just embarrassed anybody who's field artillery. You know, we talk about death and destruction and killing motherfuckers. Left, right, left, right, left, right, kill, you know? Now, did you guys have motivational fucking songs like that when y'all ran PT?
Yeah, there were some, but I can't remember the words, to be honest with you.
Shit. How about you, Adam?
Yo,
that you guys say, push the red button.
Push the button, Mo.
Like I wish. Look, I'm gonna give you guys your props right now. What you guys do is badass. Your fucking traditions are badass. The fact that you guys are some hard motherfuckers. So I say that so you don't give me as much shit as when I tell you this.
Here we go.
Yo,
But...
we went to school for damn near almost 2 years. With that much education, we didn't have enough time to fucking be PTing every fucking day. All right.
So I have
we were we were studying our asses off.
Hunt, these motherfuckers went to school for 2 years to have somebody say push the button. You know when you see that meme, do I push the left button or the right button? Yeah. That was Adam, bro. He was like, fuck.
Yo.
Yeah. Go ahead. I did have a question for both of y'all, Monica and Adam. So like I was saying, like Army has Audie Murphy board. Do y'all have something like that? There was like this badass
Explain
Navy
what
dude.
it is. Explain the Audie Murphy board.
So Sergeant Audie Murphy, right? Y'all know who Audie Murphy was, right? He was
we just
badass dude. Yeah. So he was actually, a lieutenant whenever he got his Medal of Honor, right? But he was highly decorated. But the NCOs that started at Fort Hood, there's an Audie Murphy board. Now, once you get the Audie Murphy board, you get this big, huge medallion. You get to wear it in your DA photo, right? It's kind of like you have to go through all type of soldiers test and everything. You have to know his bio word for word by heart. You cannot miss one word in the bio, otherwise you get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So it's like, did y'all have something like that? Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. I studied for it like once, and I was like, I can't do this shit.
Literally, they start off with his biography. That's the first thing you have to recite. You fuck that up, you're done.
That's
Sergeant
crazy.
Audie Murphy Leon was a hero in his own right. And then it just goes on from there, on from there, on from there, on from there, on from there.
Is that an artillery thing or an army thing?
No, that's Army-wide.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Army-wide. Like,
so
did y'all have something like that? A Navy person that y'all would like, there was something like a petty chief or whatever. What is it, Spartan? I don't know.
So if y'all can see my screen,
yeah,
that's Sergeant Audie Murphy right there on the right side. He was from the famous 3rd ID, 3rd Infantry Division, Rock of the Marne. And when you win the Audie Murphy board, this is the medal that y'all get, or that they get. And that board is no fucking joke. Like, there's a different one that they have in Europe called Morales, I think it is. Sergeant Morales. Yeah. So now, do you guys have anything like that? Basically, what you do is you go up there and you fucking you go to a board in front of other recipients of the fucking Audie Murphy fucking winners of it. And I mean, do y'all have like a Captain Jack Sparrow award? Do you guys get like a Cracker Jack whistle if y'all like guess how many fucking cans of spinach Popeye ate? I don't know, bro.
So I know that the Chiefs have like this huge initiation thing. I mean, there's a lot of initiations that you go through depending on what your rank is. Chief is one of the biggest ones that they have. You go through like boards and you have to do all kinds of shit to be able to become a chief or whatnot and go through their initiation. You get, crossing the line, going from a polywog to an actual law or whatever. Whenever you cross the line, you become a pirate. And then each ship has like a board. Whenever you have to get your pin, it's like your surface pin or a subsurface or air pin. You get boards for that, but I don't know about an ideal person board.
Adam?
Yeah, the closest thing I could think of is the warfare pin, where you just have to be knowledgeable on every warfare area on a ship. So like engineering, surface, or weapons, operations, supplies, stuff like that. And then you sit down in front of a board of E6s, and then I believe then the board of E7s and aboves, and then you get pinned after that. And then there's those cool like Navy traditions, like when you cross the equator or you cross the prime meridian or you enter the Arctic Circle, stuff like that.
Okay.
Man, so y'all don't even have like so different like boats. I don't know how this works. So say like you're on one boat, then you go to another boat, right? Y'all do that, right? One carrier or one destroyer, right? You can be on one destroyer, one cycle, and then another cycle you'll be on a different one, right?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So do they have something like, like East West Coast, right? So depending if you're on one destroyer and you're on the next one, do they have something like that? So once again, with us, like if you go to Fort Campbell, like you're going to air assault school. If you go to Fort Bragg, you're gonna go to fucking 99% of the time, you're gonna be airborne in some way. If you go to Fort Hood, like you're gonna get your spurs, you're gonna do your spur ride, you're gonna get your silver spurs. If you get deployed, you get your gold spurs. If you go to Alaska, chances are you can go to the Arctic school. If you go to Hawaii, you're gonna go to jungle school. If you go to 10th Mountain, you're gonna go to mountain training. Do y'all have something like that too for a specific boat?
No, you gotta request special assignments like that.
So if you're stuck on a boat, you're stuck on that same boat permanently?
No.
Just for your tour. And then if you go from like, let's say one DDG or one destroyer to another destroyer, that's still your surface spin because it's the same type of ship. You already learned all there is to do to learn about that ship. So you get that little, it looks like a ship going through water with waves on it.
I was wondering what the fuck that was. Okay, let me ask you a question. Did the boat that any of you were on, did they have cannons or it was just missile bullshit?
5-inch guns.
Yeah.
Okay, that's badass. Bro, I've been watching a lot of fucking Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm on Team Johnny Depp. So like I've been fucking watching all the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, bro.
Oh.
And it turns me the fuck on. Like, here ain't no swashbuckling, mate. Like it's a trip. Like, I mean, it romanticizes it in a way. I know it's a kid movie, but it makes me wonder what it was like life in the sea back in those days might have been like. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers were really. And I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to have been the cabin boy. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody getting that booty hole taken away. But hey, our favorite TikToker that we were just talking about earlier has something to say regarding like people have been saying it makes discipline look like failure. Would you guys want to see this real quick and just close it out with this? Would y'all mind?
Sure.
My
Let's
laptop might die. I can't find my charger, but yeah. If I die out, it's just
well,
dies.
fool. I mean, you better use some of the motherfucking crystals and start spraying some shit on there. You know what I'm saying?
Like
that magic electricity.
That's why I kept looking around.
It's like
I don't know where my charger is.
It's like Drago said, if it dies, it dies.
If it dies, it dies. All right, let me know when y'all can see my screen.
Yeah, we see it.
All right, ready? Oh, wait,
that guy.
This is the shitty.
No, I'm talking about that guy again.
Oh, hold on, man. What the fuck?
That motherfucker. I see like this picture. This is that guy again. That motherfucker right there. In that comment, that motherfucker was sexy.
Oh, you know who that is?
There. Who's that motherfucker? Well, I tell you what.
Hold on.
That was a sexy motherfucker.
I'm a sexy motherfucker? Yeah, I know, but
no.
It's starting to sound like you in the Navy, bro. What the fuck? All right, here we
go.
No,
see that guy again? Yeah, sexy motherfucker. Right.
Oh, wait, you've written on this shit. I just realized you've been writing on this shit.
I did write on this shit.
Oh, okay. So anyway, let's see what he says.
What's up, man?
Can you
addressing this because this is probably the dumbest argument in my opinion.
Can I hear it?
This is when we're starting to pick and choose when there's a lack of discipline or not. You see a video with a drill sergeant motivating his trainees, showing some camaraderie, showing them that, hey, it's okay to have some fun after the duty day. But we're also in a profession where we run together in a group and sing songs. Make that make sense. Stop treating private.
First of all, this motherfucker looks like Where's Waldo in a motherfucking camouflage uniform. All he needs is the motherfucking hat. All right. Second of all, are you guys able to see this shit right now?
Yeah.
Were you guys able to hear what he was saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to pump y'all brakes for a second. Hunt, what in the fuck is this?
So you know how they have the cab?
Hold on,
that's like
is that Zelda's fucking sword?
So you know how they have the EIB and the CIB, right?
Yes.
That is the CIB to the EIB. That's the EIB. You know how that's the you know how you have the expert infantry badge, right? And that's just the rifle. But you have the combat infantry badge, which is the rifle and the reef.
When you're actually in combat, right?
Yeah. So now he has that, which is the equivalent to an EIB to what the cab is, because the cab would have the reef. That's just the task that you have to go.
Okay, I'm just gonna break this down for our Navy fellas here. Oh, she dropped off, didn't she?
Yeah.
All right. So just Adam. So just so we understanding, the Army has what's called the CIB, the Combat Infantryman's Badge.
Okay.
It's a wreath with a rifle in it. Very honored. Back in the day, it's a big thing for the infantryman to get, because you earned that. That means you've been in combat. You've been, you did your job as an infantryman, right? A combat infantryman. Now, during the time of peace, they had what was called the EIB, the Earned Infantryman's Badge.
Expert
Expert
badge.
Yeah. EIB, Expert Infantryman's Badge, right? You have to earn that shit. All right. You got to go through all these tasks and drills pertaining to your job, to your MOS. It's like a rites of passage type deal, right? You earn this shit. Now, the medics have something similar as well. Their expert fucking medic badge. I guess now we need one for everybody to fucking feel good. This is your I'm a participant trophy. I know how to do my job well. That's what this sounds like.
What was it? It wasn't ASVAB. What is it called? It's not ASVAB. He was an advisor. So whatever those are now. Yeah,
he was SFAB?
So he was that. Yeah, and I think that he did his deployment with them. But
Privates
he
like
did
they're
do
simple beings. Sure, there's a couple that are going to try to get one over on you, but that's on you. Privates know what's right from wrong, and it's easy to set that boundary. And they understand if they cross.
I'll tell you what's wrong. Your motherfucking hair, bro. Get a fucking haircut, guy. You're not in the fucking Navy. You're not an officer. No offense, safety. What the fuck?
That boundary.
And then he tries to deepen his voice to try to make himself sound a little harder. Do you hear that?
There's going to be ramifications.
And the worst part is you got my mom's fucking maiden name. Fucking Martinez. God damn.
Foster a happy environment with my soldiers in my company, especially in the type of company that we're in, that puts a smile on their face and lets them know
what type of company are you in?
Just like a number. That way, when I go up to their room to do a room inspection, I don't see them passed out on the floor because they overdosed or in a bathroom with a pen on the side of their neck. But dude, what's up, man?
Wait, what?
I'm addressing this. No, that I don't treat them just like a number. That way, when I go up to their room, especially in the type of company that we're in, that puts a smile on their face and lets them know that I don't treat them just like a number. That way, when I go up to their room to do a room inspection, I don't see them passed out on the floor because they overdosed or in a bathroom with a pen on the side of their neck. But dude, what's up, man?
Bro,
how they overdosed the IT? Why you not?
Can you play the very beginning?
Yeah, you want to hear it all?
Yeah, straight through.
We're going to hear it one more time, everybody. If you're still listening to us, I appreciate y'all. Now we're just fucking shooting the shit for real.
What's up, man? I'm addressing this because this is probably the dumbest argument in my opinion. This is when we're starting to pick and choose when there's a lack of discipline or not. You see a video with a drill sergeant motivating his trainees, showing some camaraderie, showing them that, hey, it's okay to have some fun after the duty day. But we're also in a profession where we run together in a group and sing songs. Make that make sense. Stop treating privates like they're simple beings. Sure, there's a couple that are going to try to get one over on you, but that's on you. Privates know what's right from wrong, and it's easy to set that boundary. And they understand if they cross that boundary, there's going to be ramifications. I'd rather foster a happy environment with my soldiers in my company, especially in the type of company that we're in, that puts a smile on their face and lets them know that I don't treat them just like a number. That way, when I go up to their room to do a room inspection, I don't see them passed out on the floor because they overdosed or in a bathroom with a pen on the side of their neck. But do.
Okay, yeah, I will do me. I don't need to be my motherfucking. Now, I'm gonna speak for myself. Never being in a drill sergeant position or anything. I'm gonna speak for myself as a staff sergeant in the United States Army. Oh God, now I'm that guy. As a former veteran. No, here's what I got to say about it, bro. I get it's a new Army. I get you want to be friends with them. I get you want to be TikTok famous. But you're doing them a disservice at the end of the day, honestly. We train for war, not train for fucking videos. You know what I'm saying? So did anything that he said make any sense to you, Adam?
No, that's what's fucking crazy, because there is a difference between being a total dick and you know, and what he's doing. I don't know what you want to call that, but there is a difference, and you can't hit that middle ground and be fucking successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom line is, yeah, you're training to be war fighters. You're not training them to be I don't know how you want to put it, like millennial
Influencers?
soldiers. No, millennial, you know, enlisted soldiers. I don't know how to put it. You're training them to be war fighters, and you're not training them to play army.
Right.
Does that make sense?
You know what? Thank you for saying that. Somebody did mention something, and I wanted to read it real quick. Our co-host Urena is unable to be here today. He was on here last week, and Hunt had the night off that night. He had to take care of some family things. You know, soon we'll get the trifecta together again. But I did ask Urena what his opinion was on this, and he said it's fucking stupid and an example of today's boneless generation that rather be friends with Joes. Ain't no wars going on, so no one takes the army seriously because you're not seeing dead bodies anymore or dead buddies anymore. Folks are playing pretend. And,
Yeah.
you know, so when you said pretend, you know, it basically brought what he said. But, you know, yeah, I get it that we're in a garrison army now or a garrison military. But, and I'm sure there were fuck games similar to this going on back then. But, you know, there was also camaraderie. I mean, I don't know. I just think about when my brothers were in the military, you know, my brother Romeo, when he was, well, that was his nickname. When he was in the army during peacetime, you know, there was a lot of drinking going on, especially in Korea. He went to Korea twice, and I think he saw E4 twice. So I just think it's just different, man. I don't understand why.
Like the camaraderie has to come organically, you know, and this is like pushing it beyond that into, and it's gonna leak into their discipline. That's the biggest issue, is that you're just giving them a bad example of what you don't want to, like, you're a war fighter. In the end, you're a war fighter.
You're supposed to set the expectations, right?
The camaraderie is gonna get there, and it's not gonna happen in the barracks, or I mean, it's gonna happen in the barracks, but it's gonna happen in the field.
Yep.
You know, that's where the real camaraderie happens.
Go ahead, Hunt.
And that camaraderie needs to be with those E1s, E2s, E3s, E4s. That's where that's going to come together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, like, you know, the sergeants, obviously, you know, if you were sergeant, staff sergeant, you know what I'm saying, and soldiers don't have shit to do, they're not going home for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Yeah, you need to invite them over to your house so they can get a warm meal. Yep. But like that camaraderie is really the E1 through E4 level. The discipline is the E5, E6, E7. But that camaraderie is not going to be with normally, just has to be fostered with that goddamn that's that NCO. It's going to be up to the soldiers to boost more, to ultimately be like, hey man, we got to come together, because, you know, it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that, yes, we do know that NCOs are responsible for it, but it's going to, the heart of it is going to be with them soldiers coming together and making that bond that the unit has. Like, you have bonds with people as a soldier. You know, y'all had bonds.
Well,
let me ask, can I say this really quickly? Like, I'm sure it's the same for when you're out with your unit out in the field as it is with my work center on the boat. It's like, those are the tightest guys that I know. I love to guys. I trust those guys with my life. They're going to back me up as much as I'm going to back them up. These guys, from what I can tell, are in a training environment. Like, what happens when they separate and go off to, I'm assuming that they're not in the same unit. They're not going to travel together from that. So what's going to happen when they go off to the same unit and you're like, oh, you had that fun drilling instructor while I had so-and-so. Like, you're not like us. Where's the camaraderie there?
And that happens a lot, especially like, I'll put it back in my generation coming up, because we went through OSUT, one station unit training. You'll hear us talk about that a lot. But then you have motherfuckers that after OSUT got disbanded, they went to Relaxin' Jackson, or they went to Fort Leavenworth, or not Leaven. Is it Leavenworth? What's it called? The one that has Leavenworth in it?
Raleigh.
Leonardwood. No, Fort Leonardwood.
No, Leavenworth. Fort Leavenworth is his own thing, but that's in Kansas.
Right. Yeah, it's over. Leavenworth is in Leonardwood, though. That's where all the MPs go for training.
Okay, yeah.
So, so, based on where you went to basic training, like, for example, the ones that think they're the hardest are the ones that go to Fort Benning, because that's the home of the infantry, so they're like, oh, we're not the hardest, blah, blah, blah. But, that's what that turned into, like a dick measuring contest based on where you went to. Yeah. Basically, if you went to Fort Jackson, again, Relaxin' Jackson, the standards are fucking lax, but Fort Sill, was one of the hardcore places because we didn't have females. It was all male, so it was just a different environment. And now that
it's funny that you said it. There was a drill sergeant who happened to be at Benning, and he was criticizing that drill sergeant. And there were people literally coming at him because he was like, listen, man, I get it, man, where you at? I guess y'all drills do that. But he was like, here in Benning, we don't do that. It was like, oh, he's just a crusty old staff sergeant who's just jealous. Nah, man, he just got standards.
Exactly. And, he
knows this.
To Adam's point, though, I think just to what you were saying, at least to try to answer your question, these motherfuckers are going to go to different units. They're going to go to a different unit. And now that these fucking drill sergeants are making TikToks, they're just going to be talking about their drill sergeant. Oh, my drill sergeant is more famous than yours. My drill sergeant has more followers than yours. That's how they're going to rate their basic training, more than likely. That's pretty fucking sad. And honestly, this guy, I don't know him. I don't know what his MOS was or is. But if he's a 13 banger, it's an embarrassment. 13 Bravo's field artillery.
I think he was 11.
Get the fuck. No, he's not. There's no way he's an 11 banger. If he's an 11 banger, he had an EIB. He would have an EIB.
I know he was in the company or around this one TikTok, first sergeant, Dirty Bird Fitness. I know he was around him, and he actually is an 11 Bravo, but he was in the company.
I feared my fucking drill sergeants, but I respected them as well. Okay. Now I'm about to speak of one of my drill sergeants who, Hunt, you met him. We've talked about him before. Mm-hmm. Drill sergeant fucking Showtime. Drill sergeant Showmaker. This motherfucker, Adam, when I tell you that this motherfucker was one of the most evil looking motherfuckers in the world, until you met him afterwards, because he looked like a total nerd afterwards. He wore glasses and fucking, but this dude, he scared the living shit out of me because he had that drill sergeant voice. Come here, private. I mean, just imagine that's exactly what it was like. And I feared him, but I respected him because he not only put the fucking discipline in us, he also taught us, like, he could spit off ARs or Army regulations like this, bro. That is, according to the Uniform Code of Military Justice, mutiny and this and like he would fucking spit that shit out. Later on, after we get to have a human moment with them, like on the last day on graduation day. I ran into him, and this was in 2005 when I graduated, and then in 2012 I ran into him in Afghanistan. Bird had just landed. He got out. He looks at me. I look at him, and he's like, "You were one of my privates, weren't you?" I still said, yes, drill sergeant, I was. I snapped the parade rest. That's how much influence this motherfucker had on me. And he's like, oh, yeah, we did you boys dirty. We were one of the last cycles, I like, drill sergeant, you did what you did to get us prepared for this, and that's what it was. Getting us prepared for fucking combat. Meanwhile, over here, they're getting us prepared to fucking go on Dancing with the Stars.
Pretty much.
It's embarrassing, bro. And, I haven't seen any other, what's funny now that I'm thinking about it, Adam, and it's an embarrassment to say this. In Mill Talk, it's only Army guys that are doing this stupid shit. I haven't seen not one sailor or any of their units come out doing stupid shit like this.
It's because you're not looking for it. As soon as you start looking for it, you'll start to see it more and more.
I guess. I mean, But then again, it's expected from y'all. So it's not like, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's it's the fucking Navy. You know what's funny is, especially you motherfuckers being on boats for so long, you would think there would be a plethora of videos of y'all doing dumb shit. But that's just what you do to make time go by too, you know? I get that. Out in the field, I can't tell you how many times motherfuckers would just be running around butt naked with a motherfucking IBA on, you know, with their plates, just running around butt naked. This is what we did.
Like you said, man, it's the field. It's not in the
training
AIT
environment
phase.
Yeah.
No, it is when you actually at your unit, and it goes back to, you know, that camaraderie.
Yeah.
But you're in training. That is not the time for that.
You know what Corporal Hunt would say to us new privates? First of all, he'd be like, "Shut up, flatliner," because he had his aerosol fucking wings. He'd be like, "You fucking flatliners." You know what you know about that 119er? Oh, anyway,
Corporal Hunt's a dick.
Yeah, he was. Corporal Hunt was a motherfucking dick. But I mean, you know,
hey, as much as sailors belong on a ship out at sea, soldiers belong on the ground, out on land. So you could take your little air. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen. You know what aerosol, baby?
Hey, you know what aerosol really is? Dope on a rope. That's dope on a rope. Dope on a fucking
aerosol
rope.
Wings, baby.
Yeah, 3 times. And now we know that you cheated.
Shit,
hold on. Now we know you cheated for him too. So you didn't make it.
I didn't cheat. I cut him short. No, I was done. No, I did my 12 miles. It was just the push-ups. The pull-ups. I was like, man, you get 7 out of me. That's it. And
this motherfucker weighs all $150.
I was tired, man. I was tired.
Do you guys have any physical activities that y'all have to do, or not have to do, but like physical activities or traditions when you're on a boat to get some shit other than, like, you know, the little boat going through the waves? Y'all have any other stuff like that? Any other schools?
Oh, schools and stuff.
Like, you know, like those high-speed schools, like we have Pathfinder, we have Airborne, Aerosol.
There's like diving schools and like what do you want to call like the speedboat, like, so you like riverine squadron type schools and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see any of that, or else I probably would have joined the Navy. If I would have seen some shit like that. Like, I just heard about these other motherfuckers that are like on boats. They're not SEALs, but they like help them out or something.
Yeah. Those are like the riverine squadrons, and they'll get on like little fast, little you know, like 4-man crafts, and
yeah, dude,
they're
go
like
blast it,
going up and down the Mississippi and shit like that. Yeah.
I had a soldier, bro, named Schlachter. This motherfucker was in the Navy. His name is Schlachter. This genius wanted a combat action badge so bad. Like, dude, I'll give you mine if it'll bring back the dead motherfuckers that were there when I die. You know,
man.
You could have mine. But he was like, well,
I would have feel if you would have told me that, I would have been like, oh man, I feel like a shit now.
I feel like a dick now.
That guy was a piece of shit, man. He got me in trouble. Because of him, I got a letter of concern. Oh no, it wasn't because of him. Anyways, but this genius was like, he was like, well, I was in the Navy and we had to fire our 50 cal, you know, at some folks sometimes. I think that should translate into me getting my combat action badge. Like, no, guy, it doesn't work that way. You know, it just doesn't work that way. But anyways, y'all, good talk today.
Yeah.
I think the moral of today's story is, if you're going to do a dance revolution, do it when you get to your unit. You know, do it when you get with your section.
Let me close my little spiel by saying this, that, you know, there are going to be badass American soldiers that are going to overcome this guy's fucking training deficiencies. And that's what makes fucking our Army great. That's what makes our Navy great, is because, you know, there's always going to be like fucking badasses that are going to do the job of like 3 or 4 shitheads, you know? So like look at that. Look at it that way.
You're right. I mean, that's what Hunt used to say. back when a couple months ago, not even that long ago, when we were talking about, Russia overtaking us, and he was like, no, we're going to have badass Americans and this and that. It's in our blood. We're going to stay. All of a sudden, he was like, I don't know, man. These motherfuckers playing Dance Dance Revolution up in this bitch. Yeah. They got to get him with that thriller.
Yeah. Goddamn. Like you said, this is DNC to stomp the yard, man.
Dude, why didn't I think of that shit? Why you got to take... Oh.
I said you thought about it.
I said you got served. Stomp the yard. I guess I'm not black enough to think of stomp the yard.
Oh, you said you went from DNC to
you got served.
To stomp the yard. I guarantee it was stomp the yard.
I'm pretty sure I know what I wrote. But yeah, dude, with that said, we used to have something that built camaraderie. We had, I don't know how much you guys practiced it in the army, in the Navy, honestly. But in the Army, it became like fucking really too much. DNC, drill and ceremony. That is one thing, the competition that we would have with the other batteries, like, who marches the best, who does the best fucking facing movements, all that shit. Build the fucking inspection arms, bro, making sure you didn't sound like popcorn. God damn. And then when you won and you beat the other motherfuckers after the drill sergeants are in your motherfucking face trying to break your military bearing, and you standing there at a fucking tension, bro, that made my fucking dick hard. You want to see some shit that's badass? Seconds. All right, you want to see some badass shit? Mr. wants to go Dance Dance Revolution with your soldiers? Go take a look at some motherfucking Marine Corps DNC. Tell me that them just calling their fucking cadence doesn't get your dick hard. You know what? I'd rather hear the motherfucking Navy sailors run under a tunnel singing anchors away, bro, my boys.
20 seconds.
So with that said, rounds complete, and a mission, gun line out. Stop dancing, motherfuckers. Bye, y'all.
Do some DNC.